Good afternoon. After unlock, society has witnessed change in consumer behavior and lifestyle. The recovery from this changed behavior and shopping pattern will take time to revive. This time needs to be used to reinvent and relearn new strategies for growth. We have Mr. V. Muhammad Ali with us. Hello, Mr. Ali.
Hello.
Mr. Ali has been with Prestige Group for 18 years. He was a part of the team who made the first forum mall in Bangalore in 2004. He has been involved in opening of 9 malls in 6 cities with 1,800 stores, 4.1 million square feet of GLA. Mr. Ali is currently COO of Mall Division of Prestige Group, who has another 6 malls in pipeline. So Mr. Ali, how has the response been category-wise and city-wise?
Well, initially when we started with this post the shutdown and lockdown, we all were on the same platform. We have 9 malls. We operate in 6 cities, largely in South India, except Udaipur. We have Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mangalore, Mysore, and 1 mall in Udaipur. So except Chennai, we opened all the malls, all 8 malls. The response was not as we expected or everybody expected it to be. It was a very cautious, time. Everybody were, treading very carefully. People were a little reluctant. We were locked in that enforced situation, changed the habits, a lot of concern, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty. And so people started moving about and many things were restricted. I think the timing was restricted. Night curfew was there. Sunday was a lockdown, and then offices are shut. So hence it was not the most obvious situation in which any mall would thrive and survive. So with those restrictions, we still moved ahead and we opened the malls. We gave our best shot. I think we did everything possible that needs to be done in terms of the precautions, safety of the customers and our staff and our team, all the precautions, the SOPs and so on and so forth, which have now become global standards that you have to invest in. So we invested a lot of money across the malls to ramp up, and we didn't reduce our workforce. So we had the entire team there in place. We have been taking care of them during the lockdown. So we went all in. We had our promotions. We advertised about the safety, about the security, about what the customers can expect and what we expect and what the retailers can expect. But yeah, the response was not great. And we all, started off with, about 15 to 18% of the business with about 10 to 15% of the footfalls. This is how we started off. And then immediately the next month, July, again, there was a shutdown in Karnataka. So we operate 5 properties here. So that again, another shutdown happened for 7 days. And thereafter we started again. So while people were getting normal, there was one more shutdown. So hence we find no problem. So we moved ahead. You can't argue with those things. Those probably are done in a different context with a different thought process. So things were still the same. So it was, another, situation where people are on the edge and they really don't know what is happening. So that kind of situation it was. Now coming to the month of August, which we just ended, we reached up to 40-45% of business with around 20-25% of the footfall. So that is where we have come so far. Now there is a small situation here now, because in tier 2 cities, a lot of people have moved from big cities, Bangalore and Hyderabad, the 2 cities where we operate. So there are a lot of IT, a lot of people working in IT, BT, and all these infrastructure related companies. Then they have all been asked to work from home. I think so they have all moved back to these hometowns, and a lot of people have come from abroad. So the tier 2 towns that we operate 3 properties. There, the business is much better than the tier 1 cities. So if you see,
okay,
they have come to 60% of the normal business. Whereas tier one cities, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai are doing 40% of the normal business. So that is, and I think the way it is going, by Diwali, I think the tier two cities will probably be 80-90% of the normal business. And until the work from home doesn't end, even if it continues till January, until then, there's no much hope for tier one cities to get back to the 80-90% of the normal business. So tier two cities are winning over for now.
Corona has been an urban disease, so it has not gone too much into tier two, tier three cities. So very rightly said. So, you spoke about safety and security, about the malls, about the people working in malls. So could you please also highlight on the technology part, that how technology is changing the game of forum malls, and what all technology you have implemented for the safety and security also?
See, more than technology, when it comes to safety and security, we are talking about the virus. So it's a human transmitted disease. So
Yeah.
all options or all precautions around the human transmitted disease is what we have taken care of. So I'll come to the technology that will play a role going forward, which I'll address in a different way. But in terms of precautions, is largely we used to have these metal detectors, the DFMD machines, but now we have upgraded them. So now we have a temperature check there, and then heat detector along with the metal detector. So we upgraded those equipments. Other infrastructure was that we have elevators and escalators. I think we have reduced their capacity. We have 20 passenger lift has become a 5 passenger lift now. So we don't allow more than 4-5 people. Food ordering has taken a huge change, undergone change, wherein people had to go to the counter, stand near the counter, select the food, order, pay money. Now they can just come to forum malls, get themselves seated. There's a barcode on the table. So you can first find yourself some space to sit. And then once you're seated, you have a barcode, you scan the barcode. The entire food court is on your phone. So you can, just like a Swiggy or a Zomato, you can select whichever kitchen you want. The menu is on place on your phone. Then you select your food. You pay through your
Interesting.
ATM and Google Pay or whichever mode of communication. You'll get a WhatsApp message. We have tied with Zomato for this. So they are
Sure.
also, there are other agencies, but Zomato is something that is already related to food. So for Pan India, we have tied up with Zomato on a portfolio level. So people can order food and they'll get a WhatsApp message, or in the Zomato app, they'll get the confirmation. Only one person needs to get up to get the food from the counter. Everybody else can continue to be seated. So and even the food court seating is spread. So that technology invention we have done. Then again, ingress and egress in the building, wherein you have to collect a ticket and then you have to keep the ticket with you and then give the ticket and change and exchange. So again, a human contact, which we wanted to erase. So another initiative is that you can scan the barcode and you can pay at the entry, and then that's it. You didn't touch anything, no exchange. So it is seamless entry and seamless exit. And then you find your parking. And in the lifts also, you have our people with masks and gloves. They will press the buttons for you, and only 4-5 people allowed at a time. So as much as possible. And even as far as tenants are concerned, they too are following contactless billing system. So you again scan the barcode and pay to digital platforms, and then even bills are being emailed to you, and then you don't have to physically take any bill and carry. So
Sure.
so these things are some upgrades which we have done on an immediate basis. I think going forward, there's a lot of scope to add and invent, but these are the immediate things which have happened.
Yeah, that's really interesting to know. So, how do you think that malls will work in future? Is this the same way the malls will work in future? And how soon the consumption will come back to normal, like before?
See, I was hoping that this end of season sale in July will be a game changer, and I thought that will probably act as a catalyst which will make people start spending again. I think we missed that bus. I don't have much hopes on Diwali because not because of the virus scare, is because Diwali has not been a consumption catalyst or a consumption spurge which we used to see before. So I've been doing mall business from past 18 years. So we opened one of the first malls in Bangalore, Forum Koramangala in 2004. And since then we have been observing, there used to be the spikes, and those spikes used to come during festivals. Okay, Diwali festival, Eid festival, and then you have South Indian festivals like Pongals and so on and so forth. And then Christmas, there's a spike. So hence you can see suddenly that, when you see month on month, then you'll see one jump and then come down. So those used to happen during the festivals. Over a period of time, we have observed that the festive spikes have vanished. So Diwali, we don't see those jumps anymore. We have been analyzing even before COVID. There's no spike in Diwali. People probably buy one traditional wear, one garment, एक dhoti kurta या फिर whatever, they'll go to Manyavar and they'll buy that one dress which they want to wear on that day, and then it's ethnic wear, you can call it. That's it. That's all Diwali shopping is. I mean, gone are the days we used to buy bulk for the whole year. Diwali bonus pure saal ka kharid lo, and then you fill your wardrobe, and those days are gone. People do that during the end of season sale. The only two spikes that we see in India is end of season sale, which happens in July, August, which is spring summer sale comes in July, August, and autumn winter sale comes in Jan, Feb. And now it's come to December. It starts end of December, goes up to end of Jan. So these are the only two spikes. And so we missed this bus. We missed the spring summer sale bus. I think we will catch the autumn winter bus. So what will happen is that by December, people would have known that, okay, they are not going to lose the jobs. People would have known that, okay, things are getting normal. I think we're going back to offices. Maybe by December or Jan, the work from home culture also would have gone. So hence they are going back to the workplace. They are all going to come back from their regional towns and come back to the cities. And life is getting normal. So people will see that happen. And then that end of season sale at that time will be the apt platform for them to redo their wardrobes, because this has been a huge spin. So okay, now I didn't lose my job, or I've been asked to come back, and then everybody is getting back. Dekha dekhi. Here we follow each other, and then so people will see that everything is getting back, and then people will start buying. So that end of season sale in December will be an amazing platform. Discounts will also be steep because there's a lot of stocks which have been unsold. It didn't click this end of season, so more stocks to unload. So you can expect huge discounts going up to 70%, 80%.
Sure.
And that will bring in consumption. People will just come forward, and then, this will be behind us.
Yeah, I think India would also get into boxer sales kind of a thing, so that more and more people come, they are encouraged to buy more.
Yes, absolutely.
Interesting. So what changes will be happening in the mall scenario?
See, it's like this. Mall scenario changes will be proportionate to the changes that a developer or a mall group are willing to make. I think I would rather answer that question in a different way. What changes will happen from a customer's buying habits or spending habits? So I think that's what we have to understand. And how soon and how quick malls adapt to that change will determine the changes that malls will bring. So
absolutely.
So we in Prestige Group are, as of today, spending a lot of time answering these questions of what will people do? I mean, how will people behave? Are there going to be any permanent trends? Is there something which is going to change permanently, or is it going to be a temporary change? The problem is we can't go and ask this question to our customers because they themselves don't know. Nobody knows what the future will be like. And if I ask you, you won't know. If you ask me, I don't know. So nobody has a clue of how things are going to be. But few things are bound to happen, and there are these clues which we have in our in our lives already, and I think that will stay. One is that crowds will go. Nobody will like crowds. So if you're planning, to have a lot of crowd in your mall, you're doing an event to pull crowds in your mall, and crowds is the denominator for success. Was before, might not be for future. It might become a deterrent. If you have too many crowds, people might not come. The real shoppers might not come. So I think that is something which will remain a permanent situation, where crowds will no more be success drivers or crowds will no more be advantageous to our business. So the lesser the crowd, the better. The quality of the crowd will be more important than the quantity of crowd. So we won't be able to measure the quantity. We'll have to find a new measure, which is of the quality. So hence we need to look at our malls very differently. So thankfully, most of our malls are in strong neighborhoods where there is dense population. Unlike some large malls who are on the outskirts of the city and there's no immediate catchment, those malls might struggle going forward. Thankfully, we don't have any mall like that. All our malls are densely populated. And so hence what happens is, since crowd is not an advantage, people will also not travel too far to reach a mall. So they will try to find options within their neighborhood. So hence malls will become neighborhood destinations. They won't be able to reach beyond 4-5 kilometers radius. So they will be relevant only to about 4 to 5 kilometers and not beyond that. Before, people were traveling 10-12 kilometers for a large mall to see some tamasha, to see some show, to see some music event, and so on and so forth, or to come and see a large Christmas tree. Now it will change, and people will be reluctant to go to a large gathering. So hence, the immediate neighborhood mall will benefit and triumph over. Like, see, we're already seeing tier 2 is triumphing over tier 1. So similarly,
Right.
small malls will triumph over large malls. So this might be another phenomena where you cater to a small catchment. So that will prevail. So that change is permanent. Technology is another change that will be permanent. The seamless entry and seamless exit has to be in the system. Nobody will want to touch anything. So that is even in the store billings, even products when the people buy. Another change that we will see is the way people will want to shop will change. That I came to the store, I liked, I bought. I'm not going to carry a bill, and I'm not going to take any change, nor am I want to carry any products. So this whatever I have bought should be delivered to my house. Last mile connectivity. So you have to tie up with some channel partners there and see how you can, have the merchandise delivered to the store. So, but before they reach home, the merchandise is there. So they didn't have to carry it, they didn't have to touch it, because they touch it, they'll have to sanitize, and then they can't go anywhere else. And then as long as that bag is in the hand, they'll keep worrying about the sanitizing. So every time they touch a kid, they'll say, you don't come close, there's a kid with you, and then the bag, liya hai abhi, pata nahi kisne isko chiya. Now, then you'll be, very careful
Yeah.
about it. So hence you have to remove that shopping bag out of people's lives. So hence you don't have to worry about carrying it everywhere. Before, you used to
Sure.
walk, and but now you don't want to do that. So you have paid it, and you have to trust that it will reach home. So you can choose your
That's interesting. Some malls have also, once you are done with the shopping, so all your bags are sanitized. So they have come with this option also. So that there's a machine wherein you keep all your bags and the bags are sanitized.
Yeah, that also can work. It all depends. If somebody is coming from some other city and then they want instant gratification and they just want to take it home. See, even when people take products home, I don't see them wearing it instantly like before. I mean, they will also want to keep it for
Absolutely.
2 days. If there is a threat there, so let that threat get you know
Correct.
they want the time to pass by where the virus is no more active. I know that they say it'll take 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Nobody knows the reality, but then people will become cautious about these things. So that will change. So we spoke about entry, exit. We spoke about billing. We spoke about shopping bags, and we spoke about crowds. Yeah, these 4 things we see are going to remain for a very long time.
Sure. But this crowd thing which you mentioned, it's only till the time vaccine comes.
I
So
think even after that, these are
once
the
it's there,
permanent
then
changes we see. These are the permanent changes we see might be prevalent in our industry for a very long time. Even
sure.
after vaccination, even after everything, which we hope that it will happen soon, even after all this, when 100% of offices are open and everybody is coming to work, even then this is possible. That people, you have put people in a certain situation for 6 months, and that habit is not going to change. Now it has become a habit. So you have taken people through that, that hook, wherein they have gone through a certain behavior, and for 6 months, and having gone so many times, now you don't like crowd. Naturally, you don't want to be around crowd. So you see large crowd and you'll say avoid. So I think that is something which will be permanent. Technology, I don't want to touch anything. So today it happened, tomorrow something else can happen, and then it will
Right.
continue for several years. You don't know when. I don't want to take chance. I'm now used to a certain hygiene level, and I don't want to downgrade my hygiene quotient, or reduce my hygiene quotient. So I want to maintain that hygiene quotient. So those will be the habits. These are the 4 habits which I just mentioned might become permanent. No crowds, seamless entry, exit, no touching, no ticket, no contact. I don't do anything. I just show my mobile and that's it. That is my entry to vehicle and exit. Every time I buy, I just want to show my mobile and buy. No checking cash, no thank you, no bill, nothing. Anything you touch, I don't touch, regardless of who's wearing glove. So it is carrying of bags. So that's something, again, something which people will want to avoid. You just send it home. It's okay. I mean, we trust you guys. No problem.
Even better. Yeah.
So I think these are the permanent changes which might happen or might continue for a very, very long time.
Interesting. Very interesting. So now going to one of our very important questions about the retailers. So retailers have taken a hit. How does commercial real estate giants like Prestige Group intend to address this growing problem?
I think we addressed it before anybody could address. We were the first ones to address this. The moment the shutdown happened, we announced 100% rental waiver during the lockdown period.
Correct.
We announced it across all our properties. So we didn't charge rent. Even when the second lockdown happened, we didn't charge rent. So we gave that, we took that discussion out of the table. We said, this is not something that we will even discuss with anyone. This is given from our side and that is it. So we understand, we ourselves are retailers. We ourselves manage and run about 30 to 40 stores. In fact, Prestige started off as a retail company 30 years back. The promoters were running a retail store in Commercial Street, Bangalore. And from there, we, forward integrated into real estate. So they understand retail. So 100% waiver was given during the shutdown. Post opening, across the portfolio, we have given a certain discount on rent going up to September. And then we will extend it. If need be, we can even extend it further, seeing how the business progresses. So even that discussion is out of our table. So there is no discussion in either of this. So we have addressed that, and that is something which we have already given. We have taken a haircut, and that's because we know that people are already incurring loss. So it's loss for us too. It's loss for both of us. So we shared the loss with them, and we shared it equally according to us. We shared it equally because we have, removed a large part of our income. So we are equally there with them, and then we understand them, and we are going to be with them. So that's how it is.
That's really appreciating. Yeah. Thanks, Ali, for your valuable time. Read Exhibition's initiative of bringing industry leaders together is to present their unique thoughts in these testing times to help many in the industry to come over their day-to-day challenges. So let's stay connected for much more to come. Bye and stay safe.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Bye.